suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. They touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do even no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Aha. Now you not done here, oh. All these bad politicians, them we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want make the common man get waiting supposed get for this country. And I never hear something. Now go hear one, my ego, you go show na paper. My ego diary political. So my people make you shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Ha, this one not they off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you're joining us. It is brunch time with Mayegu. As you know, the line is opened right from when the studio is opened. The number to call is right there on your screen. After reading the caption, the description of the broadcast, like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell all of them that Mayegun today, they can join us now or later. You should just share it. And if you have done it already, thank you. The talk right now is about their coalition. An announcement is expected any moment from now, where the supposed old political friends turned foes are now gathered in the name of coalition to save the rest of us from Tinubu's doom. Depends on how you see it. The conversation concerns you. In fact, it doesn't matter how you see it. Tell everybody that Mayegun today. It affects you. Just like they started the journey that gave birth to the Akpa People's Congress, APC. This was how it all started. They wanted power. The people feels dissatisfied with their own, ruling government at the time, but they had to use the people as a cover. So they use people as a cover, the people's frustration as a cover to for political friends and turned foes. Came together to form APC. 13 to 14 years after that, similar characters are coming together again to save us from what they created, the monster they created. You can share this broadcast if you haven't already. Thank you if you have. Aregbe Mugbana Baba Kabiru, Atiku, David Mark, Sule Lamido. In fact, the PDP caucus or the PDP scribes, and then ADC. Mayegun today. Now, more today. So, the details for this conversation is not readily available, but from the available information based on the activities in the last 24 hours, especially, we can say the supposedly dead opposition has been postulated by Koolu and others seems to have died. Like, okay, there is no opposition to Tinubu. Something is cooking, and somehow it is going to be effective. And I am talking about this issue of a coalition, this coalition that. You have been hearing about that for a while. And according to them, it is about time to unveil it. And at the same time to see who is who. So yesterday, the PDP scribe, like those who are members of PDP, the likes of Atiku, Sule Lamido, David Mark, and some ex-governors like the former Benue governor, Suswan was also there. So they addressed the presser, and guess what? Everyone believes that as this contraption is currently set up as it is right now, Tinubu has captured everywhere and everyone. There are others who believe that, maybe in the heads of those who want to see Tinubu like that. To these guys, politics is, it's a business, and it depends on who are your allies. And, so they also believe that them coming together in the name of coalition will put all the strength of the oppositions in one single punch, right? So that when they want to fight Tinubu, it will be like an heavy punch that is strong enough to crush him. So the PDP scribe yesterday, or should I say again, let's roll it back a bit. So before now, El Rufaya, who is one of the champions of this coalition and, his desire to to undo what they did, which is bringing Tinubu to power, that will join others to make sure that Tinubu is completely obliterated politically in 2027. So he went straight on to go and join SDP. And he was telling everybody that cared to listen at the time that he would prefer they join SDP, SDP should blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, they were talking about starting their own political party against Tinubu, right? Which would be like a fresher. But there are two problems. If they had to go to an existing party, Tinubu has the machinery enough to ensure that it can destabilize them internally in a matter of time. And with wike on hand, right? The judiciary will probably help finish the job before you even get to the election time. If they should go and start their own political party, there is a chance that INEC won't register them because they suspect Tinubu that much that is already, a dictator kind of, right? This is what they are saying, okay? However, El Rufai went to SDP. Today, SDP is in turmoil. Like for those of you who probably follows the development in that place, right? SDP is in chaos now. They had to take gun. The last interview of El Rufai, where he said they are working to chase the urban bandits back to where they came from, Tinubu and his gang. 24 hours after that, they chased that guy that usually appear on TV, their chairman. They chased him out of office with guns, right? So they are still at that one now. So SDP is scattered. But others said that this issue of their coalition has been concluded a while back. That all these things you are witnessing right now, they are just them now, putting what they've plotted, to action, sort of. Anyway, they also announced that they are registering a political party called ADA, Cutlass, like in Yoruba, ADA. So they are waiting for that until yesterday, when the rumor filled the town that they are actually going for the ADC. ADC is an existing political party. What makes that different from Labour Party or different from the SDP? They are about to tell us. So yesterday, the PDP scribe, Atiku and others, they were to meet at a location in Abuja. So at the last minute, right, the hotel that they were supposed to meet and make a declaration, which I'm going to tell you, right, texted them and said, listen, we are sorry, we can't, we can no longer continue because of some internal blah, 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 blah nonsense. Something like this. Dear esteemed patron, thank you once again for choosing the Wells Charlton Hotel and Apartment. We sincerely regret to inform you that due to an internal compliance, as a compliance matter that has just come up to our attention, we are unable to proceed with hosting your scheduled event. We are fully aware that the event is less than 24 hours away and blah, 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 right? So when they got that, the organizers, I'm talking about Atiku and others, decided to go elsewhere, where they finally met yesterday in that video you saw yesterday. So from there, they did not only make the declaration for their coalition, they also very much made it clear that ADC, African Democratic Congress, ADC, will be their coalition party. And right there and then, they said they have agreed with the supposed leadership of the ADC to hand over their party, right? And they've agreed. Therefore, the Atiku and the rest of them nominated David Mark as the chairman, while Aregbe appointed, or is it the other way? Anyway, So Aregbe was appointed as a secretary, interim. So they are going to now appoint other, officials of the party, in which they probably have, because later this evening, or maybe as you are watching this, they will make announcement, a formal announcement of ADC as their coalition party. But here is a twist. Atiku and the rest are saying that they are not leaving PDP. Oh, hang on. Maybe this way, to make the confusion clearer. They are saying that some of them are still going to remain in PDP, but they are going to push ADC. That if wike could still be in PDP and pushing Tinubu as he is currently doing, they will be doing the same thing. So they will stay in PDP and continue to push ADC to defeat Tinubu. So it can be like say the confusion towards the 2027, don't they gather body as we are now. So the interesting part is this. The Ronokus, in their usual foolishness, they are pretending that they are not worried. You get what I mean? They are everywhere saying, it won't fly. But one thing is this, you can tell that they are concerned. Being concerned is that they are already saying that it is going to fail. Surprisingly, here is another surprise. So I started seeing the Ronukus more or less like now caring for Obidients and Obi, because to them it's like, the Obi better not join them. And I'm like, really? Well, I thought it's probably like irrelevant and the rest of that. So why do you care if he joins them or not? They are crook, they are this, they are that. And I am talking about the level at which they are reacting since yesterday and this morning. So that is why somehow it would be nice to leave it here in the diary as well. So this morning, David Mark resigned from their PDP. Let me see if I have the letter. Okay, sorry. This is the text message to cancel their booking, for their meeting. However, there is a letter this morning that made it to the media. It is that of David Mark resigning from PDP after 27 years. So it seems, right? So David Mark put in his resignation from PDP and he backdated it to 27th of June, right? So I bring warm greetings to you and members of PDP in Otrupo. I write to formally inform you of my decision to resign my membership of the party with immediate effect. You may recall that over the years, I have remained firm and deeply committed to ideals of PDP. Even when nearly all stakeholders departed the party following our loss in the 2015 presidential election, I pledged to remain the last man standing, but not anymore. Anyway, that's David Mark's letter of resignation in order to go and become the chairman, interim chairman of ADC. Hang on, I think, did he put it in the letter? After wide consultations with my family, friends, and political associates, I have resolved to join the National Coalition of Political Opposition Movement in Nigeria as part of the collective effort to rescue our nation and preserve our hard-earned democracy. Thank you, amigo. Okay, so practically just telling them that he's joining a coalition. Moving on, David Mark and Aregbe. Okay, I think I put their picture. This is Aregbe on your screen on the right. And this is David Mark. So I am bringing more on all of this later this evening because I need detailed like pack, yeah? But at the same time, there are questions that people are now pretty much asking that, is Peter Obi going to join them? Should Peter Obi join them? How would you frame the question, right? If their effort is that they want to rescue you from Koolu. So that is also part of the convo, okay? So their coalition has been given names, which I won't say much of them right now, okay? So they've been given names and all that. Even though Koolu himself, who is on the 5th day of his 6-day holiday trip to, what do you call it, holiday to St Lucia, right? So back home, his own kind of like a foot soldiers, they have started what they call door-to-door campaign. And as usual, you're going to begin to see things like this.
My contract they give me, I'm not campaigning for anybody. So na contracts, na my money they go pay me. Imagine, they don't begin the campaign for 2027. Huh? So, I mean, the money I'm interested in.
Do you understand? So they've already started. In some places, they have already started baking bread, branded bread for the same Nigerians and all that ahead of their 2027. That is a Koolu. So part of the questions that people are asking about these characters in their coalition is, you may have your suspicion, which is probably valid. So part of their question is that Aregbesola, David Mark, El-Rufai, Amechi, and I mean, how is this actually sort of like thought and put together? Like, because Aregbesola to now join people who are going to help remove Tinubu. I find that a little bit like, unreal. And if you are going to be part of that, you should have this, you should also have that at the back of your mind. Because they believe that Tinubu is so smart in this political chess game, is horrible when it comes to governance. So I don't know if those who have been like muting this or murmuring this, like suspicion, right? I don't know if they have become somehow paranoid, like they are pretty much paranoid about Tinubu and then making it more to rub on these guys, knowing very well that these are shady characters, but they are career criminals, like the ones they want to take out. So there is a chance, like a Shekau versus Shekau or Shekau versus ISWAP. So all you have to do is to possibly watch them destroy themselves. But in the game of their politics, they won't destroy themselves. One will feel destroyed just to get the power, while the real victims, the people, which is, you're the ones they use to validate whatever fight they think they are picking, right? So you, their victims, will just have to be inherited by the winner in the long run, Abi. But if Tinubu's political, this political sagacity, as they want to, I don't even think that's the right word. Like, they say, let's kind of like remember something. During their 2023 charade in their APC, it was very much obvious that within their supposed those who were holding the power then, it was concluded that Tinubu must be cut off. But one thing that we later discovered is that while they were working to ensure that Tinubu is kind of like decimated, cut to size, ensure that he never gets their ticket, right? Tinubu had already built, more or less like he has already built a ring around them. He's already put all of them, politically, right? He's already put all of them inside one single fence. And it was just dealing with them, shoveling them. And it was too late. By the time they realized it was too late, they had to change Magu. At a point, they had to change Bawa. Most of these guys were linked to Tinubu as well. Tinubu gave over 1 billion. What am I saying? How much was their form then? Was it not 100 million? 33 people collected APC presidential form. 33. Tinubu bought 30 of those forms. That's more than 3 billion naira. Do you get that? That's to give them to cause confusion. At a point, they didn't even know who are their aspirants anymore. Only for majority of those ones who showed up and said they bought form to step down for him. They didn't have any electoral, but it's just a psychological game in order to destabilize those who thought they were in control of the whole thing. It was in that place they realized that, damn, how did they do that? Because Tinubu doesn't give money. Tinubu don't just give money, right? He made pledges, he made promises. So to him, if you do what I ask you to do, your reward is going to be this. You can be that. You can, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. So I don't have to give you money. I'll just make you, you know what I mean? And because of that, a lot of them have already pledged their allegiance secretly. So if the same Tinubu is probably constructing rings around the opposition, I am not going to downplay it. As much as I sometimes feel like we do give them too much credit for what they don't even deserve. But same, right? We can't ignore some of this, some of this key stuff. Tinubu knows that they are coming for him. And of course, he believes that he has all the, sticks and all that, or should I say strings. He has control of all the strings. But in that process, it will be depending on people. The same way he depended on them to build a ring around Buhari and his gang, to beat them in their own, whatever. Then, so building is expected to build a ring around this opposition to Nabi. So if people believe that some of these characters coming together, pretending to want to remove Tinubu, right? If their midst can easily be like infiltrated, create a false flag, make it more. You see, I've said this before and I'm going to say it again, and I have the right to be wrong, okay? I could be totally wrong. I know be here. Something still tells me that the main target is Obi, plus or minus. There are those who believe that Peter Obi would have to dine with the devil openly and force, or should I say, is that the right word? Yeah, and force his supporters, right, to swallow the bitter pill that they would have to dine with the devils who are partly responsible for the problems the same Peter Obi is coming to come and fix. So those who believe that if Peter Obi joins them, it is over for Tinubu. Why? That means Peter Obi has the real people's, support ordinarily. He didn't buy that. A privilege that these guys pays billions and billions just to pull, and billions more to maintain. He has that like handy. But that is not enough. It will also need these criminals who have to play their own criminal, sort of like expertise in ensuring that where these streets voters or credibilities is put to real use and at the same time protected. So it's going to be a give and take, right? Oh yeah, we will ensure that wherever a vote comes for you, it is fully protected. even where we have to even rig to balance the vote for you. We will do that and ensure that it is indeed validated. But it is not for nothing. It will be about, that's power D, right? It will be about this, you'll be this, you'll be that. And that was the act of, talking about the 1 term, 4 years, and all that talk, Abi. That's where that comes in. It's not going to be for nothing. But you see, my own theory of their plan was to lure Obi into it and his Obidients, kill the light, and then say, oh, you know what? This is a democratic setting. Everybody's coming in neutral. Nobody is going to be, you know what I mean? So what will happen is that we have to do primaries. Atiku that is attending all these meetings is not going there to take pictures. He's not going there to smile at cameras. No, he himself is preparing himself as usual to be their candidate, in which if indeed he wants it, he will likely have it. You know what I'm talking about. Because Obi won't empty his bank account now and say he wants to start, or maybe some of them would have to do it for him. Now, okay, so this is why we said Obi is their target. So if they cut him in and swallow him in there enough that it will just be Atiku versus Tinubu, an easy straight win for, straight rig or so for Tinubu. Because sentiment of no matter how failed Tinubu is, no matter how horrible his regime is, the sentiment of you can't let a northerner take it again, blah, 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 will give Tinubu a very easy leeway to push his rigging wherever it is. And that division alone is enough to make him rig himself in again while the opposition continue to blame themselves. So that sentiment will eventually work for him like it did for Buhari in 2019. Remember, Buhari was such a failure, right? That within a year or two, people already started regretting their change, remember? But by 2019, when they finally brought the ghost back, they said, oh, he wasted two and a half years of his health and all that. And more so, what happened to Yaradua is we will never let that happen again. Even if now Buhari's dead body, it must continue a second time. Have you forgotten the sentiment? So Tinubu and his gang knows this. So if their plot is about power, like Obi said, swallow him in, he can't go on and say he wants to go and contest separately again because the coalition is lost in the coalition. It will become a desperate guy that will likely never push anything. Do you know what I mean? So this whole thing, there are theories that you can put on paper and be like, I'm going to go with this one. Kind of, I'll go with this one. Sort of. But they are all valid. They are not insinuations. They are based on happenings, the characters involved, events, the recent events, utterances, and so many other things that people have to say, oh, you know what? This could be the intention. Now, we all know that not only the APC is obsessed with Obi, even those who are not in APC, who are not supporting government, they are also obsessed with this guy. It's almost every now and then that they all have something to say about him. And that is why a lot of his own supporters believe that if he is to be drawn into their coalition, definitely he must be their flag bearer. That's their only condition. While that argument of not having representatives at different polling units, it was the reason why it got rigged out, that they are already working on getting people recruited to man every polling unit in Nigeria, 176,900 and something polling units of Nigeria, all over the country, that they will mobilize and raise, but people are saying that will not be enough. A coalition of opposition will be enough to at least unsettle Tinubu. How true that is only time that will tell. My line is open though, don't forget, it's still open though. Now, wike, the chief land grabber of Abuja, who struck recently when he grabbed he grabbed 7,000 from the 11,000 hectares of land allocated to University of Abuja. And also, the same way the wike who has been in the news for this same land grabbing and reallocation, where he has reallocated over 2,082 hectares of land, 40,000 plots of land, in which we believe is linked to his son as a front, and some other faceless guys as shareholders in Joak Farms. There's something about farms and estates that with the wike suddenly shown interest in. There is another one, Joad, the younger brother to Joaquin. I don't, what's his name? Joad, something Joe too. They don't open another business for that one. No. Joe Madabi, something farms and estates. That one self don't get allocation of over 1,000 hectares of land in Abuja. But when we raise the alarm, then with evidence of the CFO, let me put the CFO of Joak on the screen, so that for those of you who are watching, you understand that even if they want to spin it, sorry, give me a sec. Let me send it to the screen. So even if with the wike's enemies are the ones who just want to make you feel like with the wike is allocating lands for himself, right? And his family. And where are they going to see 2,000 acres of land in Abuja? And all other things that some of you have put up for them in their defense. I'll show you that it is not word of mouth, okay? It is not what, and he hasn't denied. He has not Joamane Queen. We are Joamane Queen on Nisha anyway. But Joa Queen, the word that is Joa Queen. Give me a sec. I've got to send the image to my, to my computer, and then put it in the console. Okuna, give me a sec. So when wike said that Atiku is responsible for the news that he allocated land, over 2,000 land for his pals, in a company that is registered with a name that is easily identified as that of his son. Now, it is not word of mouth. You see this document. This is, do you see this now? Now, this is the CFO that with the wike issued to these people called Joak Farms and Estate Limited. Do you see the amount of land? 2,082 for 99 years. He said it is for agricultural purposes. Agricultural purpose. Do you see it now? So it's not like somebody is making it up to make wike look bad, okay? There is actually a document from the Ministry of Land in Abuja. So wike said it is Atiku behind it. Here you get. So, but here is what Isaac had to say about that.
The way the current administration, the current management in Abuja here are cutting our land now. Fear go catch you. Now, hectares. I'm sure by the time they finish by 2027, na Abaji, na Nasarawa State or Niger State land go remain. The way they are cutting our land now. And they said Abuja land belongs to all of us. Many of us have applied 15 years ago. They haven't cut even 1,000 square meter give us. But the way people are getting land in Abuja now, even new companies are getting land in Abuja now. Fear go catch you. Now hectares. When people are moving out of town to Lugbe, to Nasarawa, but the lands where they now for selected fields. Now them just they enjoy the land. Hectares. The way we are going before we reach 2027, there won't be no more land in this Abuja. I tell you. Well, God day, we dey watch. Eh?
God day, you dey watch. Keep watching. They took Gbagi people's land in Abuja. They turned it to government land. Politicians started gifting the land to their friends, their associates, their family members. Eh? And if you are an indigene of Abuja, you are indigene of Abuja without land. Can you imagine that? Eh? Abuja land belongs to all of us. Abuja. Let me show, where's that? I had this map, but it's practically on another, what do you call it? Let me see if I can get it up. Abuja that is owned by indigenous Gbagi people and so many other people within that space is said to be owned by Nigerians, and people from all over the place are cutting themselves hectares. And you believe that Nigeria is actually a real place. It can be. Now, here is a message put out by the NDLEA in Lafayette, Kwara State, where angry people burned down their office in the name of protesting the insecurity in the place.
We are here in Lafayette, that is area command of NDLA, where the miscreants and hoodlums came to attack yesterday on a matter that is not our business. And we have been able to see all the damages of the vehicles and also of the building, of the office. And we are sending a message out to these miscreants, to these hoodlums. We are sending out a message that they cannot stop us from doing our work. We cannot be intimidated to stop doing what we are doing, and none of them can stop us from achieving our aims. We are coming out for them. We are coming all out for them, and we will make sure that we bring all these perpetrators to book. We will make sure that we bring them down. We will continue to do our work in Lafayette, and these miscreants, they will never stop us from doing our work. We are sending out a message to them that we will not stop doing our work. We are appealing to the community to give us necessary cooperation, necessary assistance, to support us to fish out all these miscreants. We are also appealing to the Emir, who has always been supportive of all our activities. We are appealing to the Emir also and all the traditional rulers around to help us, to support us, to fish out all these miscreants, and also to rid this environment, the whole of this environment, of drug abuse and trafficking. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Officer Bukbola. I said yesterday it was a misplaced anger, except for those who probably felt threatened that they've got NDLA, in their area. The anger of showing those who are supposed to protect you is not really on them, But again, that's a woman who said that they will find the assailants. I hope they don't find them anyway. So let's put that aside. Garbage Shehu has been on what I think a media run, right? A media run to try to put Buhari back in our subconsciousness, bring it back to our lives. I mean, the damages and the ruin, the destruction and all that Buhari left is what Tinubu is building on, even though, if not for this, this relic, Drogi Jaga bandit, right? And what he's done already. The likes of Buhari and gang should possibly be cooling off their ears right now in 4 feet a cell for what they did to Nigeria. What they did to Nigeria is called treason. Not only that they destroyed what could have been an opportunity to have a real country, because it was around the time they deceived the people that they could have a change from everything they knew. But they did give change, because everything changed after that for worse. only for garbage show to be featuring on TV. Yesterday, I saw a video, and I felt like I've seen similar video in the past. You know, he said, they granted one interview, one presser, he said, Buhari, Buhari left government as a poor man. So you get, like the same psychological drive again, a poor man. And therefore, the people called him Mr. Go Slow, but Buhari said his work will speak for him. Do you know what he's doing? I'll tell you. Tinubu has failed so much, right, that he could only use Buhari's failure as his own reason. However, it still doesn't even match. Now, Buhari is saying under him, inflation was 22%. Food inflation was 27%. What else again? Unemployment was 33%. A naira to dollar, a dollar to naira, Denny, 420 naira to $1. A liter of petroleum was 167 naira per liter. You know, but today you can't say the same. Well, you should begin to explain why Buhari won't come out and kind of feel like he is better when Tinubu has turned out to be. I mean, people said there's nobody can be worse than Buhari. That was when Tinubu said, "Hold my glass cup. I be hold my drug syringe. My show na small," and it's showing everybody right now. Garbage shoe, garbage is you. Like Shure will call him.
So I don't know where to start from because the question is so open-ended, and but let me see if I can make an attempt.
Yes, please.
President Buhari had a personal style of his own. See, Nigerians had punished us for not bringing President Buhari to media chat, for instance. Media chat was introduced by the Obasanjo administration.
Indeed.
They thought over it, and I'm sure they convinced themselves that it suited his theatrical way of doing things, the dramatic way he liked to do things. See, when Yar'Adua took over from President Obasanjo, media chat didn't fly with him. In fact, the day he appeared on media chat, that was the day Nigerians made up their minds that this is not the president that we wish to continue to have in office. It derobed him. And President Jonathan didn't have much of that. He did, yes, a few. So the point is, President Buhari, as I said in that statement, he didn't just want to cut ribbons and take pictures. He wasn't a showman. He wanted his work to speak for him. As I told one of the reporters, that he wanted the Igbo man going for Christmas, that he shouldn't spend 3 days trying to cross Onitsha Bridge. And that's the kind of language he wanted to speak to Nigerians. My work should speak for me. And the he was knocking on the door of the poor in the country, the first of its type in the country. That social investment, in fact, the first on the continent. So this is how he did. Now, was he slow? Yeah, he himself had joked about all of that. And he kept on saying when he came in, he was brash as military head of state. He just did on impulse. And he ordered people to be locked up. But this time, as a converted Democrat, he needed to follow the due processes that the law says he should follow. And what is wrong with that? Nigerians are very impatient. We want to rush through things. But he says, no, the democratic process sets the rules. And I must not go against them. I think this is why a lot of them were. And to please correct this information, this thing about Buhari being unaware.
You know something, right? If I was using the other streaming software, right, I would have gotten this my nuisance delay. Yeah. That's what whitewashing looks like. In a country where people like that are supposed to be hiding their faces for being part of the most despotic, the most corrupt, and also the most incompetent, inefficient group of a government, group of people in a government ever. It was under them that Boko Haram, Fulani terrorists, ISWAP, became an industry. It was under them that the Nigeria source of food, farming, has now become a source of death for many, many Nigerians. It's under them. Buhari shut down our border. He shut down the southern border from importing any food or anything. Then he unleashed his own Fulani terrorist people on the rest of on our farms, on our communities. And within 8 years, here we are today. Not only that, Buhari dipped Nigeria in indebtedness, uncompleted projects indebtedness. Buhari emptied the Nigerian, don't forget, I'm reading this out before I get to the part where he said that he's broke. Under Buhari, they emptied the Nigerian Central Bank. Nigerian Central Bank became a bank, the repository where they keep all currencies. So the place where they save Nigeria crude oil money. They emptied everything. CBN can't do promo. Send money through this our app. We'll give you 5 naira. We'll give you 15 naira. Send $100 to Nigeria from this our app. They called it Inera. How many of you uses that app now to send money? That was one of the Buhari's work when they emptied the Central Bank of Nigeria and turned it to microfinance bank. It is this same, this same Buhari and his gang that orchestrated the massacre of the EndSARS, where over 500 Nigerians were slaughtered across Nigeria. Many of their bodies are never found. And none of those actors or perpetrators, despite several indictments from different panels that indicted Buhari's government, indicted Lagos State government, that Buhari is working about right now. The same Buhari that used the military to be profiling the Biafrans in Igbo land, the Igbos in Igbo land, young Igbos. Many of them have been killed secretly, and their bodies, right, never found. Many of them have been picked up, locked up without trial. This Buhari's regime that this Lord Buku is talking about. And it is under Buhari that all of us get to know that we are not one Nigeria. There is no one Nigeria. What you have is many Nigerias. It's this Buhari that kind of, helped us to understand that. The Buhari, the bigoted Daura money queen, lifeless money queen. This is a guy that was being paid over $1 million, $1 million, not only for his own upkeep every month, $1 million every month, not only for his own upkeep, but including for security votes. As the country becomes so much like governmentless, or leaderless, as terrorists continue to ravage everywhere, the guy kept cashing out, and they can't disclose. They won't even tell you how much he got by law. It was under him that I started hearing repentant terrorists, and yet they couldn't give any intel on how to end the terrorism. The more they repented, the more or the bigger the terrorism grows. This Olori Buhari. I can go on and on and on and on. Nigeria economy that was handed over to these mofos was $562 billion economy, was handed over to them in 2015. By 2023, when this weary was living, Nigeria economy has shrunk down to less than $300 billion. And the druggie that succeeded him has further tanked the entire place. But they are giving themselves an award that they are doing so well, because no matter what people faces today, they are building tomorrow for them. They are building the future for them. So Garbage Shehu and people like those who are with Buhari, including Buhari himself, should be in jail for what they did to Nigeria. But Nigeria is not a place where crime is punished. Nigeria is not a place where criminals are punished. Nigeria is a place where criminals are rewarded. The bigger your crime, there is likelihood the bigger your reward. Try it. but make sure that you belong to APC. That part is very important. Don't go join Labour Party because they think say your criminality is safe. You go do jail. They go take you to examples. Say, okay, yeah, we told you we have a system that works when criminals who are supposed to be in jail are walking about. Buhari retired on a pension similar to the salary of a sitting president. I don't know how many of you will know that, right? Every former president of Nigeria get paid the salary of the sitting president, exact salary, except for the other emoluments. They get the Daura Secret Service or being a Dokpemu stupid service guiding them almost for the rest of their lives. Their properties here and there are provided security for. They have access to free medical care for the rest of their lives. Abroad, foreign medical care. What did it cost? Once you become president of that contraption, your health care becomes Nigeria's problem. Right? So what is, and then garbage show that insulted Nigerians severally, that, including that Weary, Femi Oponu Adesina, that insulted Nigerians, called, you've forgotten how they treated you. But today, they are looking shining on TV, talking about that murderer, Buhari. Spit on you. Anyway, that's that part. So I saw it early, and I was like, I'm going to share it with everyone and see what they feel. So my line is still open. Unfortunately, we possibly not in the mood of calling and all that. So I'm going to take a short break. And when I come back, I may call it, what do you call it? We may call it afternoon and see later in the evening. Or we may take one or two calls as well as time permits. So give me a sec. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere yet. Remember, if you join this just now, the first thing you have to do is to like the broadcast and share it. I'll be back in a minute.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún dá wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Máyégún máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún dáyàrí pòlítíkò. Godfatherism.
Somebody deliver on our TV here, right? But deliver on our TV, so the other one is just take on, right?
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ dódódódó. Àní ẹ̀sùn náà.
Sometimes
Máyégún ti dé, ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn làkì. Àní ẹ̀sùn làkì. Lórí Facebook. Àní ẹ̀sùn làkì. Lórí YouTube. Àní ẹ̀sùn làkì.
Doesn't sponsor a giant one. Sponsor
It's
not ordinary. It's not. But you understand? Yeah, go shall you pay? Go shall you pay? Because one thing you get to organize a proper convention and choose chairman. I'm ready to organize a conference. That's the my last year. Organize a conference. So I go with it. What the I agree. Not just a convention. Julius, no, the Julius are good. Thank you. Far too kind. I think we have our first person on the line. The first caller this afternoon. Hello there.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you, Baba. Adeza.
Yes, so
that's Adeza from Edinburgh. Please.
Yes. Yeah, how are you today?
Well, I am fine, as usual. I'll be fine. Thanks so much for asking.
Right. Yeah, first, I think the right thing that the opposition is supposed to do, they are not actually doing it. The first thing to do is to get the electoral system right. Because no matter the level of coalition they do, if they did not get the electoral system right, to the point that it will be very difficult for one to rig or for the INEC to manipulate, no matter the coalition they do, APC will have its way. And if they ring themselves in 2027, and if they want to protest, we send security everywhere against them. And after 2 or 3 days, everybody go back to his house. The first thing I believe they should do is the issue of making sure the first National Assembly to ensure that everything regarding electoral system is done properly, real-time system everywhere, transmission, anything that is not passed through the real-time should be discovered, and there will be no announcement of such a result. But until such thing are put in order, no matter the level of coalition, it will not amount to anything. Secondly, the opposition, the character that are even forming the opposition, when you look at them, these are the people who destroy Nigeria in question. Understand? Because, okay, let's go to Benue State. How do you see the life of David Mark? David Mark has been PDP over the year.
Yes.
They destroyed Benue State over the years. They have never seen on one occasion that David Mark come to say enough is enough. They kill my people so much. We won't tolerate it again. They have the voice, but I've never heard it. Maybe I said I'm not watching. So the people who are not even valuable to his own people, how can he be valuable to the whole Nigeria? So I'm not in David Mark as anything reasonable. And when you look at the character that are forming this coalition, they are the destroyers of Nigeria. Understand? Okay, yeah. Where is Obi in the whole of this thing? My advice to Obi is that Obi done because you said you are not desperate to govern Nigeria, but you are desperate for Nigeria to work. If Obi stand as an individual candidate, he will still defeat anyone if the electoral system is right. I know that one. If Obi stands as one entity, understand, with the voice, with the support he got from Nigeria, and if electoral system is right, he will still defeat anybody that comes. That one is sure.
Right.
So
it's better off. It's better off not fraternizing with them at all. Then, in your own view.
Yeah. In my own view, there is a saying in my people that anything where you know one chop, no take as many news. Understand? Yes, if you don't want to eat, because if the aroma could convince you to eat it, by the time you join them, they are the majority. They will swallow him up, no matter the good intention they have. Understand? Because it's not it's only person among the corrupted multitude. They will swallow him up. In fact, they will make his administration even worse than many people. People will now be saying, I will regret of drinking him.
You get? Is this not the OB all of you are talking about?
Yeah, that is my own point of view regarding the whole of this exercise. Like issue of
okay, go on.
Okay.
No, like I mean, it seems that people are so interested in the topic that we're having so much calls coming through now. So let's take another one. Because I am still coming with comprehensive conversation on it tonight. You know, I'm waiting for who is going to say what when they are formally announce their ADC today. Do you get that now? So we can keep the rest for the night, okay? Baba?
Yeah, thank you.
I'll take another one, okay? God bless you. So let's make it, as quick as possible so that we can take as many as possible. And tonight, we can conclude. Here is another caller. Hello.
Hello, my goon general.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I must greet you. I must greet you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
This is uncensored Sammy, and it's my first time of ever calling
Uncensored Sammy. I think I have seen your comment few times. So, first time caller, welcome on board.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my
you. Please.
I have been an ardent listener.
Thank you.
Ever since you've been from the kitchen days and all of that, I have always been an ardent listener.
Thank you, Baba.
But I always work in the evenings, so most times I'm not always, most times when I'm always working, but my earpiece is always on, and I'm always listening to you.
God bless you.
You're doing well, my brother. You're doing well.
Thank you so much. Yes. Please.
Okay, let me just say
your own piece.
Yes, in regard of to this this coalition and everything that is going on. I am actually an OB supporter.
Okay.
So I am an OB supporter, but you see what is going on right now. I think I'm actually having this thinking that to be quite honest with you, it's going to be a bit difficult to achieve, for Obi to achieve the presidency without
working with other people.
So
the other people we are now talking about, the other people we are talking about is, they are the Atikus, they are so some people have their reservation of that. Do you think they are not being logical but emotional? Or even if they are being emotional, is that not valid, something valid? So what's your own take? You're obedient, so tell us, as a person, as you react.
Of course, they are being logical and they are being, I won't say emotional, but they are being logical in their thinking and all of that. And they are right, and all these people we're talking about now, I'm a Nigerian, and I've, at least with all these years, I noticed that these people are among those criminals, in that country. There's no two ways about it. They are the part of the criminals. It's just that the table has turned and they are on the other side. But having said that, to be frank with you, my brother, for anything, for B to be successful in this next election that is coming up, he must have to to dance to the tune of these people. Because what I'm seeing right now is this. Okay, look at everything that's happened ever since Tinubu took over. He has always made sure that every opposition, he has always, tried to set problem in every other parties. So what these people are not doing, and they are trying to think fast as well. So let us man a particular party. Let us be the head of a particular party.
And fight back.
Yes.
Instead of us being afraid of what is going to. Okay, I'm following.
Yeah, because if you see what is going on, they've succeeded in cornering Abure to their side. They are using Damagun as well right now. So the whole thing is just so these criminals now, they are trying to take over, a particular party, to be the head of a particular party, so that in that way they can, shut their own course. In that way, they can bring in. I'm just thinking, this is my own thought.
No, I mean, that's what we are doing.
Because
that is why it is a place. Hang on there, Baman. It is a place where you see this is your thought. You'll be surprised that sharing this thought is the is the best thing, because you found out that you probably are not alone who thinks like this. And the advantage of this is that no matter how anybody sees it, it is also an opportunity for them to see perspective that they can disagree with. Do you get that now? And then they can agree with. In the process, right? All of us will be having access to different kind of available information and opinions. Nobody will pretend not to know anything at that point. So I'm interested. Your opinion. Continue. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. Like what I'm seeing here is that they've seen everybody know that Obi is the new bride in town. There's no two ways about it. Mm-hmm. And secondly, Obi has agreed that he can do one term and he will be okay with it. He will be satisfied with it and all of that. He has come to confess that to the public as well. I am thinking that these guys, they will, they're going to bring in Obi. They're going to make him their presidential candidate, because that's the only way they will sell. That's the only way they can sell. They know it. Apart from that, whether they are
so somebody like yourself, somebody like yourself believes that it takes the good, the bad, the ugly to actually exist in a society. So it's not just a society of saints and all that, right? So therefore, no matter what your reservations are about these guys, right? You will still be, you won't mind if, as long as they have somebody like Peter Obi at the top, you trust him more than you can possibly trust the others, but you don't mind. Is that your point?
Yeah, exactly. Right. The point is that I know the power that a president, most especially the president of Nigeria, knows the power that they wield. So what I'm trying to say here is that these people, we know who they are, we know their antecedent, but these people also know the kind of person Obi, the kind of human being Obi is, and they know what Obi stands for. I'm not saying they ain't going to get some, some contracts here and there, some opportunities, and all those things will come. But it's not going to be the way it is right now. The corruption and whatever is going to be minimal. Everybody knows if Obi is at the helm of affair. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So like the question you asked me before, if I believe that it's going to take the good and the bad, the ugly to exist in
a society, exactly.
Before I wasn't thinking in that direction. Yes.
Yeah.
Before I wasn't thinking in that direction, honestly. But you see this this game that Tinubu is playing now. To be quite honest with you, you must also, fold your sleeves to match up with what this guy is up to, because it's just there's no two ways about that. I know most people will not say no. Most people will not buy my idea. They'll say, what you say? But the truth is that we shouldn't be ignorant.
But isn't that going to be
going on in that?
See, I'm going to take another one. Okay, just from what you said last today, right? I want to say thank you, by the way, for calling. Okay, so let's keep listening. I'm going to ask another one, but I'm going to wait for my next caller before I ask. So let's manage the time. But it's such a pleasure you got through to me this afternoon. You take care, man.
Thank you very much.
Nice one, sir. Now, I have another caller. Let's first identify our caller. Hello.
Hello. Very good.
Hello, sir. Aba?
Yes, I'm not trying to spend too much time. I just want to chip in my 2 cents and just get going.
Now let's get at it, man. Go for it, sir.
So you see the very first caller, because you said something before the program. You said APC, they have agents all over the place. Say Obi should not join the coalition. Obi should this, Obi should that, right? At the end of the day, that is what APC was planning. Let's have Obi and let's have third party. It will be easier for them to ring the election, right?
And keep them divided again.
Right. People will start blaming Obi for cutting or blame the other person for cutting Obi's vote. Now they realize this coalition is not playing the same game APC is playing. We are going to stay in our party.
That's what I want to say too, right? That's what I want to say. I want to say, even though we can't say, we can't compare Obi and then Buhari in real sense, all right?
Yes.
However, if people feels like, you know what, now everybody's at this crossroads, right? We need to get rid of APC, whatever it's going to take. Let the good, the bad, the ugly comes together. Isn't that going to be like a repetition of 2014 that gave birth to APC? Just saying.
Yes, now. You know, my good. You know, even Bible actually said it before.
Right.
He said, in the presence of your enemy, I will set the table before you. If we have to use them, Atiku, Erofa, and all those guys to bring Obi, so that APC, we can destroy APC. There is a welcoming progress. We know, everyone of them know, Obi is the top of the affair, like the last caller said. Corruption is already down 50%. We are not saying we want corruption to be go zero. No, at least 50%. Instead of we building a strong man, let's build a strong institution. Look at what Wike is doing. Do you think if Obi is in power, Wike will be doing that?
No.
Huh?
No, impossible.
Okay, do we think if Obi was the president, Obi would just be entering flight up and down like Tinubu is doing right now?
No, it won't. I mean, you see all those things, right? They are significant, but to people they are like inconsequential. They are significant, but go on, Baba.
So the other person said, "Oh, these were the people that destroyed Nigeria. This. What have they done? What is Tinubu doing right now that is better for Nigerians?" Because the defense caller is speaking as if Tinubu is campaigning. We don't know what the guy is capable of. We know what the guy can do already.
We do.
Because he's doing it. He's doing it already. But how do we know what this new coalition is going to do? We don't know. So let's give them a chance.
But opposition is also good. Like, let's also be fair here. I mean, I want to try to kind of make it fluid now, Papa, right? Tinubu and his gang are hell-bent in making sure that they don't have any opposition. And that is actually not a good thing, oh. Forget about everything we know about the contraption today that we all condemn. A one-party state in the hands of these murderers, these kleptomaniacs, is not a good thing, oh. There should be something that actually makes them fear that they could lose power. People should understand that, don't they? Shouldn't they?
But you know one thing, this is the thing why APC is not scared that Tinubu is going to lose the power 2027.
Right.
APC is scared. They want somebody that is as compromised as Tinubu. If Tinubu lose, they compromise like and take over, right? So they know if person like Obi took over. It's not like Tinubu is losing the presidency, Baba Tinubu will die in no time. You know why?
Tell us.
Obi is going to develop APC structure in Lagos. Because Obi is going to be like, listen, because Obi said, I'm going to bring growth to Nigeria. Because Obi know we are going to open all the old seaports in Nigeria.
But is there anything bad in that? Because I mean, when people say these things, right? Baba, when people say these things, Peter Obi is going to, I wish he has that power though, right? But Peter Obi is going to open up the Eastern this thing. Is that a bad thing?
Yes.
Is that a bad thing? You have a region, right, with more than 80 million people. They have crude oil, they have all these things there, they have all the oceans, the sea, everything. But still, right, they have to come to Lagos for all their import. Why is opening them up a bad thing? That people are using that as a campaign that, you know, if you go vote for Omoigbo, he's going to open up seaport. Is that a bad thing for a country of 200 million people?
And see the thing, even the Lagos is so small and crowded. So we are building prison after prison after prison. What happened to the rest of the
country?
So They are not this guy that Tinubu is going to lose presidency. That is not the problem for them. Because now, when is Tinubu returning back to Lagos, empty Lagos now? Because people they automatically make the letter. Whoever APC is going to lose Lagos. Because now the new sheriff in town, no rigging of the election. Who they vote, make the vote.
Yeah, that too. That one too. When people are saying that you rig, you die.
Yeah, but another thing too. You see this judiciary. A lot of them go jumper. A lot of them go jumper.
So do you think they robbed Obi because there were no real members of the establishment behind him who could have indeed pulled their weight? Do you think so?
It's just like the last election, the last US election.
Right.
If Donald Trump had the people he got, he would have won the election.
It wouldn't. You're right. It doesn't matter how popular you are, because as they say that Obi would have been your president today. Obi won the election, but Tinubu is your president today.
Right. Because what Tinubu did is he bought the institution.
Yeah.
Obi has the people. But the thing was, Obi is not like all these guys. Even if Obi would have said, let's do like this, let's do like that, right? The people will still say, oh, Igbo man has started again. Igbo war. No, Obi they expose themselves. For me, that's why I give Obi, I was the one that called say, I want to make them punish Obi more. Because when they are punishing Obi, they are partially punishing themselves. Because they are exposing who they truly are. You understand?
Yep.
Obi now don't play gentleman. Nobody go say, if 2027 they rig, Obi say more scatter the entire country. Everybody go join and say, when I rig this guy the first time, he peacefully. Someone on a rig him.
You know, go if you do have this time or chai. Baba, I'll take another one. I love that your own angle, and I see. You know why I kind of love this conversation too is because everyone seems to understand how important this kind of conversation is right now. Even if you want to pretend that you know like politics, I know they listen to Baba. You can't pretend anymore, eh?
No. So, Baba, when APC agent called in, once they started talking, you all say they be agent. You don't even need to pay their mind.
Right.
At the end of the day, we want to use the devil, win, bring a bit to power. Then everybody they set up the system. If we set up the system and next 10 years, the matter of fact they go jail. But we need to have that system in place that will prosecute these people. People like Tinubu is they said the young busted drug killer in St Lucia. The 3 weeks later, about they go there. What do they go do? What do they go do? Abuja, they are protesting and people didn't go to school. They are giving out free scholarship. What about people in your country? Baba, we need somebody.
Something has to happen. I agree with you. Something has to happen. But anyway, Baba, I'll take another one. Thank you so much. Okay, for chipping that in. Here is the Prince Adewale, the African Wahala. I've been seeing you so busy in the comment there all of now. So how are you doing, Baba?
Hey, Baba, I'm good. I'm very, very well. Good morning.
How are the girls?
Yeah, they are very well. They are on holiday, so everybody
like a busy house then.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Yeah.
God gives you strength, huh? You get strength, you go handle them. Here we are, Baba. It is happening before our very eyes. And slowly, gradually, people are being railroaded into preparing for 2027, despite all the acknowledged flaws that a lot of us have been pointing out until now. What do you think?
I think Nigerian people, the victims of Nigeria, they are always adjusting to accept something lower every single time. Throughout our existence, we always adjust our lives to settle for less every single time. If the victims of Nigeria if their main purpose is to have a better life and a better country, is it to elect individuals into positions of power that contributed to the destruction of Nigeria? Or is their new goal, after adjusting again to what Nigeria has to offer, is to remove APC? Because if you remove APC and replace it with former APC members, it's still the same game plan. But that's just my contribution about Nigeria. I don't even want to talk about Nigeria because it's not producing anything hopeful. So I want to talk about Togo. So the current protests going on, we have ECOWAS. And by the way, thank you for connecting the dots between St Lucia and Tinubu and Shaguri.
That's right.
We now see the relationship between.
That's why I said people should do with the information wherever they like.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was Shaguri that told his body to go to St Lucia to get some more powers and some more control. But in Togo, the current protests, by the way, they protested in 2017, 2018. Millions of people took to the streets in Lomé.
That's right.
What eventually quelled that protest was when ECOWAS, the corrupt ECOWAS that is headquartered in Abuja, they intervened and somehow coerced the people to go back home and stop protesting. The right intervention they should have implemented was to have the illegal presidency of Togo and the illegal manipulation of the constitution to stop. But that's not what ECOWAS' job is. ECOWAS' job is to support their friend, Yazigbe, because that's how they benefit from the suffering of African people. When we African people are suffering and our colonizers, that's our presidents, our ministers, our senators, those are our colonizers. And our colonizers are enjoying. They can easily hand over our resources and our countries to their foreign sponsors. Then everybody is happy while we are suffering. So this time around, ECOWAS has intervened again in 2025 Togo protests. But it seems the Togolese are now better experienced and they are not giving ECOWAS any voice. I was looking at the conversation in the comment section of ECOWAS posts about the Togolese protest, once again telling them to settle down, stop, let's come to an agreement. There is no agreement here. If a family has been in power for 58 years and they've made people poor non-stop, there is no agreement. The only agreement is for them to step down. They have to go, period. So that's my contribution. I just wanted to contribute about some other positive news coming out of Africa, because Nigeria and the coalition is a waste of time. Thank you so much, my
bless you, my man. You have a very wonderful morning or day as well. Okay, enjoy the rest of the day. The African Wahala. So I have another caller on the line, but I just want to quickly implore you, please, if you haven't really shared this broadcast, kindly do so now. And then if you have not also subscribed onto my Goons Diary Political, please do the same on YouTube, Facebook, and all these places. Finally, if you have not saved the number to call into the studio, it is right now on your screen. Okay, it is, if you're calling from outside the UK, +4477 069 22321. Again, +4477 069 22321. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, MG.
Baba.
Good afternoon. How is it?
I'm surviving. Thank you for asking.
I can see you, Baba.
Thank you.
Well, it's going to be short, but I will ask for permission to touch one or two things, right?
As usual, please.
MG, yeah, you know, at the beginning of this program,
yes, sir,
you already touched the main point, right? That maybe these people want Obi is the threat they have. And maybe they want to lure him in on this their pollution thing. And the way you see it, a lot of people may think, well, it's your own theory, but this is exactly.
That's why we are putting it out there, because everybody's theory is just theory too. But theory comes from pieces of information that is available, as well as the actions, utterances of the characters involved. So theories are not just theories. Go on, Baba.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's exactly how I see it. Now they have launched their coalition, ADC and whatever.
That's right.
And the target is Obi.
I believe.
Which I know Obi is smart enough to know exactly what you're saying. I think he knows about, right? So, but what I think that will happen, Obi may end up, right? He said he will contest, but he will end up trying to use Labour and let Labour frustrate him, not this ADC. You get me?
I'm with you.
Yeah, I think, instead of, because when his ADC frustrate him, it's like though he said he's not going to
can't go anywhere anymore. That's the intention.
Intention, yeah. So it's better he cannot he just fall out with what happened in Labour, because you can see he's trying to make INEC recognize
his own
other faction
group, exactly. The Usman.
So the Usman faction. So if they cannot do it, I think he's gonna end up maybe not going anywhere, because going with this coalition, he already knows he's in the trap there. It's a big trap for him. And remember again, they have already pushing, the theory, when the mainstream media, whenever they are talking about, opposition, coalition, opposition, they always ask, what did the opposition is saying? They don't have a strong opposition, but nobody have ever said what you're saying in this program or in this your channel every day. Obi have been saying something, but none of this mainstream media have ever said, Obi said this, he will do it this way, he do it that way, he will do it this way. They never said that.
Not yet.
They always say, nobody have come out and challenged Tinubu or said otherwise, that they don't have strong opposition. So they always know, even the mainstream media is working with APC.
No doubt.
They
have already started pushing that the coalition eats rock already. They said that the stakeholders of SADC, they've rejected this idea. And I get, right, their media would do a lot of psyop on the people in the next coming days. But we'll see, yeah?
Yeah. Exactly. It's going to be a very big disappointment to the Nigerians. Tinubu is getting the second tenure, that's definitely, because Obi will end up not running. The Labour Party, if the INEC did not confirm his party, his faction, and the Usman faction, and they couldn't register a new party on their own, he will end up not running. You will see. I think that's how it's going to end up. Or it's
like
not
the
going,
old thing will play out. Obi may end up not running. That is new.
End up not running.
I hope people will pay attention to that, because somebody is seeing it differently again.
The kind of person, the kind of person Obi is, that is exactly that's what I think.
I mean,
he end up not running, because if they did not confirm his faction of Labour Party and they couldn't register a new party, it's not going to go to ADC and register, take the card as a member to run for this election. Let's see how it's going to work.
We shall see. Thank you. Yes, I like that. Perspectives, theories, and all of that makes this conversation more interesting. Thank you so much, Mazi. I'll take another one. So, again, the line is very much opened, and it is first come, first serve. So please, if you are just joining us, all right, kindly read the caption, the description of this chart right there on Facebook, Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitch. Do you guys know I'm on Twitch too? If you have a Twitch account, you can search for Mayegun's Diary on Twitch. I'm currently live on Twitch right now. You can watch me right there if you're watching it live. All right. So here is another caller. We have just about 15, 20 minutes to go. Here. Hello.
Hello, my good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Here in Canada, yeah.
How
good
are
morning.
you?
I just, you're doing a great job. I'm really enjoying the callers. They're making
You see,
a lot of things.
everybody coming from different perspectives, and you are seated there, you are disagreeing with some, you are agreeing with some. It makes it interesting, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Please.
In fact, the last caller even spoke my mind because Obi might end up not running because I don't see Obi going to ADC, and I don't see what's it called?
Abure.
Labour Party as Abure stopping all these shenanigans they're doing because APC are really spending money on making sure that the party is in disarray. So I don't see them coming together. I don't see them coming together.
At least
and
not now.
Obi
tomorrow you
exactly.
you may see something different, but not now. Is that your point? Like, no, you're not seeing it now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not seeing anything now.
Right.
And if Obi end up not contesting, then the Obidients will look for a party. And that's the point, because this is the movement will not stop. Because it's not like the suffering in 2023 has lessened. It's not like
that is also very new. I am interested in that party just raised now. Baba, I'm very interested. Sorry for cutting you short, okay? To you, some, right? Some people believe that if not Obi, they are not interested. And that will automatically give Tinubu a very much like leeway. But you are saying something different now, that with what people are facing, they will go with any opposition to Tinubu. The only thing is that if Obi is in the picture, they will go with him. But if he's not, they will still go with anyone. Is that your point?
Yes, they will go with anyone.
Where did you get that from? Like, is that coming from what you have observed generally, or what? Go on, sir.
From the place of enlightenment,
right?
Awareness about the election, because I think things changed since 2020, since the NSAS movement. The youth of Nigeria are now more concerned about who leads them.
I agree.
So it's not like before that people will say, "Oh, I don't want to political party. I don't want to participate in the election." People want to participate, even though they know Tinubu is a strong guy. They still want to participate. They will not. They will not just leave it for them. They will still want to try.
Right.
And I think
there's always going to be that
pushback
anytime.
Yes, Obi will tell them who to vote for. Like the party is people should go.
Eventually,
they will organize. I'm telling you, we don't even know. It might even be someone that we've not even had before. That people will say, okay,
like a fresh, somebody that is like a fresh face.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So it's going to be a shock to them. It's not.
It seems that a lot of us are seeing a lot of things. And I love the fact that we could drop all of them here, and others can say, "Oh, yeah, I have similar thought because I saw so." This is interesting, honestly. It is.
Yes. So that's what I see in this whole thing. I hope. What I hope is that I hope Obi can join. Obi can stay in Labour Party.
Not minding the characters in there. Yourself to right. This is not a matter of characters anymore. I mean, these people anymore. It's about what is at stake. Is that your point?
Because what I'm after is the revolution. That's what I'm after. And if this Obidient must not waste, this population of angry Nigerians must not be. Yeah, they shouldn't. Yeah, and we should not let them relent. You know, they have to go for it. Yeah,
I get you. So put the strength. I'll put the number to use. And at the same time, get some of this, even if they are questionable and all that, the fact that we have a common enemy right now, let's deal with that and we'll face the other later. Well, we'll see how that goes.
No, my own perspective, no, from that angle, I don't think if, for instance, if Obidients go for someone like Atiku, I don't think it will work out because Atiku is still part of them. They are all one. All of them are one. Every fight, they're still one. They're still going to, defect to,
It's sounding like there's no way Nigerians can win.
Yeah, exactly.
You get what I mean? Now,
so
like
the only thing,
they will change guard, right? Then at the end of the day, it's because they want something better, only for them to replace the same with the same. And then you are like, okay, wait, Baba, what we can do now? Because the can't be like Nigeria no feel win these guys. Like, no matter what we do, we no feel win them. They will always feature. They will always be recycled. And we're always going to be helping them to do the recycling.
Yes, and you know what? Peter Obi even know the kind of people that are following him. He knows his followers. He knows that if he joins any of these guys, Atiku, they've condemned these guys in 2023 that they are thieves, the PDP guys. If he joins them, he might lose value. Some people might not follow him. You know, he might lose followers. So he's being careful. So I mean, it's better for him to remain in the Labour Party, like the last caller said.
Right.
If Labour Party frustrates him, he might end up not contesting. So that is it. Yeah, not running. Yeah.
Again, that's another. That's another. Theory that everyone shouldn't just listen and ignore. Okay. So, Baba, thank you so much. Okay. You have a good one.
All right.
Yes, sir. So we are currently just about 10 minutes to go now. No, it's not even up to 10 minutes. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time and for being in the temple this afternoon. Okay. So the conversation will continue later this evening when I would come back here with, I think, more details and also some other side pieces, you know, get what I mean, that will further help you to have a better context of, you know, what is cooking. It will be interesting, just like what we had this afternoon. So thank you so much to all of you who participated, those of you who called in, the sharers, the likers, the commenters, and those who remain silent as silent observers. All right? I am going to see you again this evening. Enjoy your morning or afternoon, and please join me in 4 hours. Mark your time, 4 hours. Join me on Mayegun's Diary Politico at 8. Good afternoon.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun Diary Politico. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gbà rìbá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo òpùrọ̀ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.